Hey everybody, welcome back to Mark's Basement Arcade EM and Chat Repair. Got a new game. William's Lucky Ace. Yeah, you did one of these before, Mark. I know I did one before. I have another one. I have a Flight 2000 that I had to dig out because I broke my Flight 2000, and my old Flight 2000 had all brand new boards in it, so I took the boards out of my old Flight 2000. I did order a brand new board for the other Flight 2000, but all the boards that I had were All-Tech boards, so I just decided let's do it the other way. I don't want that one, this one. So I figured, well, the new board that I just bought, I'll put that in my other Flight 2000. And the Flight 2000 that's right here got all the brand new All-Tech boards. The other Flight 2000 will get a Weebly board in it. But yeah, this one right here, that's got all brand new All-Tech boards. I bought those back in, I think, 2019 or 2020. Because the boards were nothing really wrong with them. I didn't know a lot about pinball, so I had a switch issue where I had phantom hits, so I just thought maybe I was getting low power or something. I didn't know. I was new at pinball. That didn't fix it. So I just figured, well, Mark, you're gonna know a lot about pinball one day, so take the machine, put it away, and someday you're going to learn a lot and you'll know how to fix it. So I buried it. I learned how to fix it, but they just left it buried. So now it is, I unburied it and pulled it out further and buried another game that I'm not going to get to for a long time, which is Chicago Coin Pirate Gold. It's pretty kind of minty. It needs some little issues fixed, but I have, like, the head is completely rebuilt, but I got to go through the body because there was flipper meltdown. And anybody knows about Chicago Coins, they had the flipper coils, and then they had like another odd coil because they used, I think they used a single coil for the hard flip, and then through the EOS they used another coil for the low power after the flippers were up already. So I believe I gotta change that to a 3-prong coil with the 2 windings in it with the EOS switch, just to bypass that other one altogether. And then, so anyways, Lucky Ace was right in front. I'm like, this game, I remember, was pretty clean on the inside. The head inside this game is really clean. I figured, well, in a couple of weeks I should be able to tear this apart, put it back together, and I'll bring it to Midwest Gaming Classics to sell. So if anybody's going to be at a Midwest Gaming Classic and wants an excellent, fully refurbished EM, and I think this one will take quarters. I'm not sure, but I think it still does take quarters. I'll set it up on free play, and if I can, I will put it back to quarters too, so you can have best of both worlds. But anyways, so yeah, we're gonna rebuild that. We're gonna go through it really quick because I have so many weeks to get to MGC, and then I have to stop working and get all my stuff ready. So yeah, I'll be bringing that Flight 2000, this Lucky Ace, and the customer Dan's Vagabond. And while we're here, we're going to get our Arnold Palmer Light Half and Half Iced Tea Lemonade. Every time I go to Walgreens, I pick up one of these or 3 of these. So I got a 12 pack I just got from a friend. You know who you are. And then they got some bottles down here that got to go in the fridge. My fridge is just full of everything right now. So anyways, Lucky Ace. As you can see, this has a pretty minty back glass. Gotta find a place for this. It is pretty minty. However, weirdest thing about it, it's plastic. It is a plastic back glass, and it appears to be an original plastic black blah 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 back glass. I gotta find some place safe to put this. But lucky I won't lose it because it says Lucky Ace on it. Oh, right here. All right. We can get this glass out, or I should say plastic. The reason why I say it's factory, because that's factory to me. I've heard of plastic factory back glasses, and this thing would not have been printed exactly like this if it wasn't factory. So this is indeed a correct factory back glass. Now, another thing with this game too, I will be putting it up on my YouTube channel and Mark's Basement Arcade. I gotta put down that friction tape on all these pieces because they're not stuck on there really good. If anybody does want to buy it, please let me know, because right now is getting LEDs in it. It is not getting LEDs in it. Oh, it's all falling apart. It is getting regular bulbs put in it. So if anybody is interested right now, it will get regular bulbs put in it. If anybody is interested in buying it, please let me know ASAP. If you want to buy it, drop me a down payment on it, and I can get it switched to LEDs if you prefer. But otherwise, right now, we are going regular old school bulbs. Yeah, this is hose. Clear line hose. You just push it in, it grabs the bulb, twist it, and they come out. And I don't think this game has been molested in any way, where my last one had the match unit out of it. I think it had though. So none of this worked. But this one should be 100% fully operational. And just usual with this game, as with other MGC streams, I will be working on it during, the week. Just felt weird when I unscrewed it. Some of these I might have to solder up afterwards. So yes, if anybody wants this game, email me. If you're friends with me, message me, or what. But yes, let's just do this right now. No, I gotta go through them. Never mind. I am keeping 44 original 44 bulbs in one container and then putting all the aftermarket bulbs in another container. Some people like those original 44s and they want to keep them and reuse them. So I'll probably will be selling my stash pretty soon. And I did get a new camera mount. Making noise. Anyways, yeah, I did get a new camera mount. So we will be able to see things a little bit better because I can move the camera around now. Right now we will be taking out these screws. I probably will have to get my long ones again. And this actually would be better if I moved it over here. There. To get the chat that's right there out of the way. Alright. Long screw, container, screwdriver. As you know, if you ever seen me work on these before, I like taking the inserts out of the head. I feel it's all around easier to work on. So much easier to work on. Forgot, somebody told me it's a trick about doing this. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, if you sit in here and try to work on all this stuff here, it just sucks. Missing one screw. Yeah. One screw right underneath the wire. That'll make things easier. And then, as you know, I like using these containers. They keep everything separate. I don't lose anything this way. Alright, since we got this out, let's just clean it up right away. Only makes sense. I don't have to clean up later. Clean. It's one thing I don't have to worry about. You just put the head back together. Let's get my thing under, what do you call it? Vacuum cleaner, put it back under Hit the Deck. I did fix Hit the Deck if anybody was wondering about that. I think I told you about that. It broke the other day. Let's get this out of the way. The 1000 score reel had a switch glitch on it. What I mean by that is it just decided to open up a little bit and stop working. Alright, I'm going to move this. So this is like the same type of tripod I had before for my overhead. Just feels like the other one was higher. Oh, I had the legs up higher. That was the other thing too. Okay. I gotta see where we're located. Alright, I think that is pretty good. You can hear my dryer. Alright, we're all pretty much in good frame. Are we out far enough? I think that's about it. Alright, let's do this. Move you that way. I think we can see all the score reels pretty good. I think that's what we're going to do first. Let's get these score reels tore apart. Yeah, look at all these peppers. Works. This one is jammed up and got wires cut. I see what they did there. How many credits is this thing doing? They put it at like super max credits. Doesn't even read anymore. They took one of the posts off the stepper. Yep. Well, it works. That's the good part. It does work. And if anybody is new here, I will put my Mark's Basement Arcade link, and we will put the Midwest Gaming Classic link on. Alright, we're gonna look at this. Even works too. It's some work, but so the match unit even works, which is awesome. Like I said, this thing is very, very clean. I bet you I don't even have to touch anything on here, but we're still gonna do the usual. Even though this works, we're still gonna take it apart, clean it, and do all the usual stuff to it. It's just, that's the way I roll. Alright, take this one out first. Can you see what I'm doing? There. Alright. We'll start taking this apart, and we're going to use 2 bins for it. I really need a stat of a light so you guys can see better. I need a clip, screwdriver, little screwdriver, my other screwdriver. That's what I kind of liked about my other setup. I wasn't in the light. Here I am in the light. So let's do this. Let's just add some light. I didn't think we were going to run into this, so I wasn't prepared for adding light to the stream. But we will do that because it just makes it easier to see. And turn it on. There we go. All right, now it should be nice and bright. Looks like it. All right. We're going to take the score reel apart, which is pretty easy. I think I should leave. Yeah. Let's do this. Get my table back. I don't think I got any soldering coming on. Throw this inside there. And we don't need. Alright. And then we get a cord in the way. Alright. That's better. And you guys can kind of see pretty good. Alright. Clip comes out, C-clip. Somebody just made a post about this in one of the EM groups. No need to overcomplicate this. Use your fingers. comes out easy. Little screwdriver. Take these little screws out. There's 3 of them per reel. Square reel comes off. Gets stacked. Alright, we're going to have baby one and a baby one here. Let's get these springs off. Fatter one on the top. Smaller one on the bottom. For some reason, they're hooked together. Now, like I said, there's a little baby C-clip here and a baby C-clip here. Like I said, if you put your fingers around them, they come out real super easy. You won't lose them. However, I do got a forceps. I will show you how to use that. And then this comes off in a series. 1. Don't know if we'll get to that. I am separating these by plastics and metal. What will get cleaned and what won't get cleaned. I think that's all good to go with that. Move that out of the way. Oh, this is loose. I want to tighten that up right away. Should have been 2 screws in there. I'm going to put 1 right there at least. Let me just handle it. There. We're not moving now. Let me get a, what do you call for that? Or orange or green. I mean, might have been the green. Nope. Nope. What's the green one then? Talking about the size here for the nut. Loose. After all these years. There. Don't have to worry about that again. Alright, there's a pin here. Pull it, lifts up, comes right out. The furthest square reel away from you is always going to be the worst. I mean the cleanest. The closer you get to the 10s, the dirtier they get. So again, we got the clip here. No use to overdo it. Put your fingers on it, give her a little twist, she comes right out. Take these screws out. I feel like I got a spotlight on me now. These will all get cleaned. All the plastics will go in an ultrasonic cleaner. Get it clean. We will put 1 reel back together next week because I will go through them on my own, clean the reels up, do all the plastics and stuff, and then next week we will put together 1 reel and clean 1 reel completely, but I will do the other ones during the week. And there's 2 screws here which hold the retainer that holds the reel in. Oh, and when you're working on stuff like this, don't put your garbage can underneath you. because everything will just fall into it. This is that lever that you pushed to get your stuff out. Get that out of the way. There's that lever again. We will move the camera down a little bit. That lever again right here. Same thing. Put your fingers on it. Give it a little twist. Let's just show you how to use the forceps. This is a bigger one. I didn't really need a big one. But you can do this too. Clamp onto it and you can pull it off. It's pretty straightforward. Where are we? We're up too high. Leave that one alone. Ooh, this one. There. 3 screws. We're going to go through much of this as we can. I don't know exactly where this is going to be for sale at Midwest Gaming Classics. I have to talk to a friend. It will not be an auction for sure. Last auction, the guy did not follow what I wanted him to do about the game, and it cost me a lot of money for the game I sold, so I will not be using the auctioneer anymore. With simple instructions, I told him what video to grab, and he grabbed the worst video possible to show everybody about the machine. He showed the beginning video of me bringing home a piece of junk, not the final end result of what I did. So you notice this doesn't have the PCB board on it, like this one and that one. It's because this one just doesn't have any functionality. One's for matching, one's for bonus, and then I can't remember what the other one's for. I think it might be for, this one is for matching. One's got to be for, I don't know. Just, this one's for matching. But yeah, they usually the hundreds never has one. Don't know why. All the wiring looks good too. This is the best time if wiring breaks. I'd rather manhandle them a little bit and break the wiring. See how dirty this one is inside? I'd rather do that right now. Break a wire off than it break later. Screws. You know, I do have all these videos at Mark's Basement Arcade. If you want to know how Williams square wheel gets rebuilt, you can just look at any one of my Williams games. But I do have detailed videos on how to build and rebuild these. And I was surprised every single one of these still has the little clips. Usually I run into them where, we got a weird one here. A flathead, somebody's been in here. I run into them where there's at least one missing. But here's the thing too. A lot of people when they rebuild these games, they do not do what I'm doing with square reels. They will go through, clean all the switches, make sure that they do what they need to do, and that's it. And then you buy the game, and yeah, that works pretty decent. And then however you have a weird failure, and that's because your game wasn't fully rebuilt like mine. I want you to buy this game and then not have to come back to me and be like, hey Mark, this thing broke. That's what I want. I want you to not have to call me again about your game. I want you to just take her home, enjoy it, and be done. Not be like, hey Mark, this is screwed up. It does happen, and I do welcome the calls because I stand behind my work on what I do. Alright, these we will put in containers. This one will be out in front, because that one's going to get cleaned right away. This one here, it's got to get cleaned too actually. But if anybody got any questions so far, feel free to jingle me, ask me a question. If you guys were wondering, damn, that is dirty. Let's look at that. It is just all gunked up. That is from somebody spraying some type of lubricant on there to get it to work better. And this is probably the last score reel. See how clean that thing is. But we will clean these and polish them all up too. Alright. So yeah, if anybody's got any questions, ask away. Let's get through these Jones plugs quick. Let me get my crimpers. I'm going to go through mostly everything I can. It's going to be like one video about the head, 1.5 videos about the head, and then we're going to get into the cabinet and everything. These are in beautiful shape. That one put back in there right away. I am squeezing the edges of the Jones plugs back together. It's going to be tight again. Yeah, we'll have one video. Well, it's probably going to be 2 weeks on this. We're going to rebuild one stepper. I'll rebuild the other stepper off camera. I think we will rebuild, I don't know which one we're going to rebuild. Well, So this is what happens when you try to take a pinball machine head through a door jamb that's too small. And try taking it through the wrong way. And that's what happens. You just jam your hand along the door jamb. So I might also stream during the week too, if I get a chance. Probably not. Maybe next, I don't know, Friday or Saturday. Probably Saturday. I don't know when Barricade streams. He won't do a dedicated day. Jason does on Sunday nights, so he'll be on tonight. Yeah, Barricade really needs to schedule a day and time. Makes it easier for everybody else to stream. If nobody's streaming, they can. Match. We'll put match back on. Let's clean those. Told you we were going to fly through this game. The reason why I didn't clean the other ones, because these ones are made out of a different type of metal that they just always stay perfect. I'm going to have to get me a new brush on there pretty soon. It's on 5 ball right now. I'm putting it to 3 because it's going to be for an MGC to play. Alright. This one, I believe, is add a ball. Yeah, replay position, add a ball position, and novelty position. We're going to put it back on add a ball. If you take this and you move it to the top, there, that is the replay. 2 down is add a ball, and in the bottom is novelty. So we're going to put it back on add a ball. We're not using all those jacks, I'm still gonna clean them. Somebody else might want to put it in a different setting. This way when I do choose that, it will work. Playfield, we're going to zoom through that too. Like I said, I need this done at least a week before MGC. I want to get this thing bulletproof, play tested, all that stuff. So yeah, it will be for sale. I'll put it up on Mark's Basement Arcade on what do you call it, on Facebook, and I'll put it up on my YouTube channel. Alright, back to the ball, which is right there. This one, right here, we will rebuild. I'll rebuild it myself. These are a pain in the butt. If you want to learn how to rebuild one of these, go to my Williams Grand Prix, and we'll get at that. This guard comes off. It doesn't need to be put back on, but we will put it back on. So I think we're gonna rebuild the stepper. Look at this, it's just all loose with my fingers. Both of them. I just want to get this off, just to make it easier to work on. This one. It's going to be easier for me to work on later too. Tight little bugger there. There, it's out of the way. Yeah, see what I said? You put your garbage underneath you. This would have went into the garbage. Alright. That just lets me know how this moves when I put it back. It should go right back in the exact same spot, just because how it was threaded in. But I'll show you. This can be moved like that, and we don't want that. There we go. Alright. See how to cut the wire right here. We'll just rejoin that back up. What they did was they cut the wire so this coil right here cannot count down credits. This is the countdown coil. And it's crusty and hard. I'm just dome testing these, which I should have did in the beginning. This way I know if I need to order some coils or dig out some from my stash. Because you never know on these old games why they were knocked down and stopped being used. So therefore, if we ohm test them, we can see if it's got any dead coils. A lot of times people will do that. Yeah, I did that one. Let's make sure. If like something isn't working, they'll just knock it down. Okay, that's all good. Let's just do this one right away. I'm guessing it's all good. These coils should read above 0, way above 0, like 7 ohms or higher, 4 ohms or higher. Like this bottom one is 2 ohms. This one right here is 7.3 ohms. Some of these were 27 ohms. You do that to get to know if everything's working, because if they read below 0, that means they're shorted. Alright, let's get that out of my way. Alright, that's out of my way, that's out of my way. This we will fix. Should we do a quick fix on that now? Probably. Let's get it stripped. Can't get a good grip on it. There we go. Get that twisted good. That one twisted good. This is a common thing to do free play, is to cut these wires here, and that way the game will never count down scores. It only will count up scores. Which is good and bad. As long as the switches and everything are working good, it's okay mod to do. Because that way it will cut itself down when it needs to. It will actually stop itself. Because there's a limit switch that it will hit, and then the coil won't fire anymore. The up coil won't fire anymore. Alright, that. I need shrink tubing. So like I said, I'm going to try to put this back to quarter mode if it will go to. I don't know if it will or not. I might as well throw the replay loop on it too right away. See what it does for the switches to do free play. Alright. We're going to tin these wires first. Take my heat shrink tube, put these together as close as I can like that. line together. Put that there. Get my shrink tubing. I just like to squeeze it afterwards. Not that I enjoy the torture of the heat in the pan. If you squeeze it when it's hot, it will mush itself into the solder. And it will, if it's a little loose or whatever, it won't slip. Alright, we got that. Now we're gonna work on a free play mod. Free play mod right here. Let me see how good I can get you zoomed in. Alright, free play mod. One of these switches is going to close, and it's going to give us free play mod, and the other one that closes will give us the light on the apron. So I'm going to do both of those. So it's these top two. There'll be these wires here, and then these wires here. We will jump them. I'm going to use this fat, juicy red wire to accomplish this task. I like using something odd that doesn't belong, so when people want to reverse what I did, they can see it easy. If they want it on coin play or not. There. So we're going to put a juicy jumper on these two and then those two. Trying to get them bent tight. There. Twist. I wonder if you guys can hear my dryer. I need to get my cool glasses to do this. So yeah, you can see what I'm doing right on the corner. So what I like about doing it like this is now, if you want to reverse this, you don't have to do any soldering or anything. Just got to cut this wire. That's what I like about doing it like this. It's gonna be fun. free play mod is done. So now, later on, you can just go snip, snip, and free play is gone. That's why I like doing this mod. What a lot of people like doing is just bending these, or you just take these two wires off the switch and then solder them together. You can do that too. Or you just take one wire off the switch and solder it to the other side of the switch. You can do that too. Either or is a good way. But like I said, what I like about this is if you don't want it, you just cut it. And this will be perfect. Back to 100% stock. I've seen people put light switches inside the machine, which more power to you. You know what I mean? All right, wrenches.
Hello, everybody.
3/8, I think. Nope.
I'm back over here.
All right. Wrench. Normally I jam a screwdriver in there to do this because it's just hard to hold the spider. Alright, that comes off. How good can you guys see me? I should take this camera and move it over. That's easier just moving this over. Alright. We will have to take this switch stack out of the way. Easiest way is to do it this way. However, it's camera time. They say your camera is your friend. Take pictures of how everything was. You can delete them when you're done. The more pictures, the merrier. Alright. We're going to take this switch stick off because I have to get all this out. And it's far easier to unscrew this and take the whole thing completely out of your way and try to fidget around. And mess around with the other part. Here. Now both of those are completely out of my way. And they cut this one. That goes right there. We have to put this back together too. So they made it so it wouldn't count up and it wouldn't count down. Brilliant. This we can leave on, but we have to take this part right here off. So this is usually wound around 3-4 times. I just want to make sure it's down all the way. Like I said, this stepper does work. However, we're cleaning it. This will just unloop right here. Now what are we going to get? 3 or 4 winds? We get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, total of like 4 winds. Alright, so let's get these springs off. a little trickier to get off sometimes because there's a groove in the spring, in the shaft. There we go. I'm going to make a room on this table for these pieces. I want to keep them right in my way because we have to clean all these off. And trust me, even though I do this a lot, I still forget how sometimes this goes back together. Again, screwdriver, clip, put your fingers on it. Ta-da! Alright, let's get paper towel, naphtha, Q-tips. Guys, nobody's chatting today. Alright. I like to clean this piece here first because that one, it gets oiled especially. To make sure this one's clean first. I want the naphtha to be dry on it so when I do clean it, oil it, all the naphtha is gone. Now this joint right here, where this rocks back and forth, we can't take that apart, so what I'm going to do, put a little naphtha on it. Just work it back and forth. That should take any of the old dirty grease out of it. So I need to re-grease that. That's why I like cleaning this one first. By the time I'm done, that naphtha will have dissolved and dissipated. Use a Q-tip, go in and out of here, clean it up real good, go through it, going over a little overboard with cleaning it, but you know what looks good? A clean machine. What even looks better? A clean machine when you're sawing it. I have bought machines that were just filthy. Oh yeah, I went through it. Okay, you did. I don't believe you, but I went through it. But yeah, that's why it's all nasty. Sometimes they are nasty after you go through them. However, because they were nasty, if they were nasty when you went through them, take pictures of the before then. That way you can prove to people that you went through it and you can show them how nasty it was. That way you do got proof now you went through it. I got this one here. Actually get a big glop of grease on the edge. But yeah, this way when whoever comes to buy it, I gotta plug my PC in. I got a brand new computer, so I'm trying to train the battery. I just don't want to keep it plugged in all the time. There. What was it at? 8%. Alright, we're back to being plugged in. Alright, we clean that. We need a Q-tip. to go through these holes now. So look at that, black. I might need, since this is so black, I'm gonna need another toothpick probably, and a Q-tip, toothpick, to clean the other side out. We'll find that. No, it ain't bad. It's clean. Clean the spring. The other spring. The other spring. Washer, E-clip, alright, that's all clean. Let me get a new corner of this. And we'll clean this off. This is stained right here. Nothing I can really do with this except for maybe polish it. But that ain't happening. This is what grease will do to these. It will stain them like that. Q-tip. It's a little easier to do. Not too bad. Like I said, this thing works, so I wonder how long ago it didn't work where they unplugged it to get their free play mod out of it. Alright, garbage. Let's get these two coils off. That way we can put new coil sleeves in. Clean the coil stops off. Clean the plungers off. This is the exact same thing we're going to be doing with the other stepper. It's got the metal sleeve. Normally, a lot of times I won't rebuild coin units. I just will convert them over to free play, disconnect these wires, just so the steppers don't step up and down, and then leave them because I don't want them to work. And then this doesn't have to be rebuilt. However, I noticed it had a coin box in it, So I figure, well, let's put it back to quarters and free play. This way whoever buys it can do either work. Some people love to put quarters in their games. They still like to coin them up. The Vanguard I got, that is a coin up game. The owner specifically said he still wants it to coin up. So it will coin up. But I did I had to put a free play option on it for Midwest Gaming Classic. So it does have that. That is a requirement. Games must be on free play. No quarters. Alright, there. This plunger will go back in here. You're probably like, wow, you're making this look easy, Mark, on how to rebuild these. It is. If you watch my videos, Mark's Basement Arcade on YouTube, you'll see these are easy. Yeah, there's a lot of parts, which makes them kind of difficult. And that's a big reason why I started making videos. It's because kind of when I started, there wasn't any like real good how-to videos. Most of them were like, okay, take the coil off. And then that's it. Now do this. And then that's it. And then it was like, okay, now what do I do, you know? I don't know, I need to see. So that's when I decided to make videos. And do a step by step by step rebuild. This is what we needed for this piece. It is dry now. This is Super Lube foil. It comes in this cool little pen. What we're gonna do, put a couple drops on there, because this is metal to metal. Metal to metal always gets lubed. I don't care what they say, except for unless you have these aluminum coil sleeves and coils like this one had, this does not get lubed. This is like a sacrificial soft metal, and this will, as it wears, it kind of lubes itself. Now I'm just flinging it back and forth, so this just goes by itself. And then I'll wipe that off with a clean part of the towel. Now there's enough grease that's flinged inside there, oil, to keep it lubricated correctly forever. Now, might have to wash my fingers off. I'm going to go have to wash my hands because I want to put grease on here, but I don't want to get everything dirty. Alright. Clean hands. Super lube again. My preferred. This we will take, we will coat the shaft with it. Metal to metal. Alright, you'll notice this piece. Wipe my finger off. I have to clean this off too. Did I clean it off? It's just stained? Yeah. This piece right here, this goes right up against here. That's like a stop. So this will drop down into there and we'll hit that, see? That's the stop. That's the home base for that. Put this back on. Get that there. That will go back on. Plastic. Lubricant? No. No lubricant. Plastic. Put the clip back on. Now when I put clips on, see how it just did that little snap? I will take it and see if I can turn it. See how it turns real super easy like that? That lets me know the clip is in the groove where it needs to be. Alright. Lubricant. Metal is riding on us, so I want a little lubricant on it. I put lube there and then lube right there. Because we're going to have another piece right on it. Like I said, this always goes on top. Alright. This goes on first. Lubricant right here, because that other piece is going to ride on it on the shaft and right there. And since this is metal, I like just that last little bit, which is hardly anything. Put that on there so it rides inside that plunger. There's barely anything on my finger, so I don't think it mattered. Like I said, man, I put these together all the time. And I always forget. Like I said, it just, every time, don't know why, just throws me off a little bit. That washer goes back on top of there. What was that? I heard a, oh. Alright, the spring, was it on here? We got the washer, okay. The spring. Shark that one. Let's put that on first. Goes from here. I don't like that. Almost looks like it was broke at one time. There. Now this one can go here. This one will go here. Like that. What did we say? It had 3 turns. 1, 2, 3. The spring's got to go all the way down. Can't be there, you're in my way. There. This will click back into the top groove there. Now this. Perfect. That is good. My buzzer. We will clean these switch stacks off here. Alright. Still gotta solder that wire. That'll probably be easier to, yeah. This goes like that. This will go like that. Get this switch stack. Yep, that's right. Do it through there. That will go through there like that. Where's my screwdriver hiding under? There, it's on the floor. That's why it wasn't on the table. This will go back down. That's snug as a bug. That's snug as a bug. And I put it in the wrong spot. It's got to be on the other side of that. I must have moved it. There. All right. Now I want to find a screw to put in one of these holes. Because I want to limit the distance it goes up. I think it's a number 4. I believe it is. I should have did this before. If it's never been threaded, they're a pain to start. That's the trick. Did I get it? Alright. Now that hit that switch and I opened it up. So now it will kill the coils. How far is that under there? That's perfect. So now I will take that screw that is in there and I'll get my shrink tubing back. It's like it's in between my shrink tube sizes. Alright, I got odd colored ones that we'll use instead. So I want to cover that up because I don't want it to like be metal to metal. Yeah, there we go. And then when I just put that other one away, I took my lighter with it. Alright, we'll leave that there and we'll find a nice pretty colored wire for this one. Alright, we got yellow, but I don't think the yellow, no, we can't use a lot of yellow because it's too big, but we can use green. Green would be pretty with it. See, you hear my phone go so that must be my son's phone upstairs. Soldering iron back on. There. And it won't come off. There, now that is covered with what do you call it? Plastic, so you can't ground out against that, but it shouldn't. So now when we count up, one more, that's end of balls. Since that's open, it kills the coil, but it still lets it count down. let's solder these two together. Those. I'll get them joined together so they don't move. That one shrunk correctly. That one went perfect together. Alright. So right now we are at 0 balls. I want to cook this up once. I want to bring this leaf a little closer. It's kind of far apart. Oh yeah, that's good. Same with this one. That one's a little far apart. Perfect. This one we want to bring up a little bit. Perfect. We got this switch is open, this switch is open, and this one is closed. We get a first credit. Now we got our one switch closed, this one opened up, and then this one closed. That one stays closed. So we keep getting credits. Now this one opens up and it kills this coil. The only coil that works now is this one, the countdown coil. Now, this one is able to work because we just restored power to it with this EOS switch. Now, we went up, so this one's dead now. I'm going to leave it on some credits though. I want to be able to start it up when I get the game back online. Now we got to put this wheel back on. However, we'll need to clean it. There's my nose, there we go. Alright, put that there. Use a little Novus on this. It is rather icky. I don't need to clean the whole thing, but I'm still going to clean the whole thing. This Novus works so much nicer when you clean the squirty tip out of it. every time you use it, a little bit of Nova sticks into the tip. We're not getting unlimited credits like it was before. No need for that. If you're putting credits in it, you're going to be putting credits in it like you did when you were a kid. You're putting like 2 or 3 credits in it. Maybe, usually 1/4 you were putting in it. This went all the way around past 37 and just kept going until it came back to that first and only a switch that was left on it. Get it cleaned off real nice. And this will only go on 2 ways. The wrong way or the right way. I will explain. This has a notch in it. Right like that. So you want to put it so here's your credit window right here. I don't know if you can see that. Here's your credit window. You want to put it so the lowest number is by the window, which looks like 2. Because I did leave a couple credits on it. Jeez, that dog sounds like a horse up there. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There. So we're at 2 credits now. You can see when I up it, you'll see it spin. We're at max credits now, which would be 7. So you can put 7 quarters in this. Alright, that is that. Let's move this out of the way. Like that. I want to vacuum this area off. And get at that and get that clean. It's just easier when things are out of my way. On and on, on and on. All right. That I think we can put that back actually. It's not going to be in my way anymore. So now we got that line that we made. I can line it right up with that. On and on. On and on. I forgot who sings that. Keep on trying. And I feel like on and on and on. So like I said, this will move up and down so you can get it into that window perfectly. But it looks like it was right here to begin with in its life. Toothpick. 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 I need to get some toothpicks. I am running low. We're going to just do them one at a time. Well, we got to take them all off anyway, so. Oh yeah, we can just do one at a time. How far do they go down? That far. Toothpick trick. That's how you fix your stripped holes. Man, I took this off the other day. I should have cleaned the neck on it. Took it off to get at some glue and I spilled it along the side. So I always open it up to get glue out. So it's easier to put your needle nose pliers and grab the toothpick, get some glue on it, drop it in the hole, put your screw back in. Alright, see how that stops right away? A lot of people will take their toothpicks, put them in a hole, glue the hole, let them dry. No, don't do that. See, what you're doing right now is by putting the toothpick in wet, with the glue wet. So you got a wet toothpick with wet glue on it right now, right? And that's just, it's like hanging there. It's not really like glued in or anything. Now, what you're going to do is take the screw, screw it in there. What you did was just took that toothpick and you mashed it all up with the glue along with the screw and mashed it all in to the wood. So now when you take the screw out and put it back in, you know, later on, like let's say in a week or two I had to take this back apart for some reason, and when I put it back in, that toothpick, it shredded and bonded right into the wood with a perfect wood hole in it. So if you put a toothpick in and then just let it dry and then cut it off, and yeah, no need for that. You just do it like I did. That way, when that screw goes in, it slings all the glue into every pore of that stripped out hole, and it fixes it. If you really want to do, you just do this. There. Now I cleaned out everything that was loose in there. And I can take my toothpick, still slather it up with glue. Stick it in a hole. Oh. Yeah, stick it in a hole though. Push it down. Now, like I said, now when we put the screw back in, there, the toothpick just mushed right into the sidewalls of that hole. Now you got glue flung completely around that whole hole with the glue, and the stick, and you got a perfect hold on it now. These look like they'll be stripped too. This is an anti-tampering device that keeps people from going through the back box with like a coat hanger or something to try to spin the wheel. Yeah, and again, I might as well just fix these holes. Like I said, this is something that is not needed. It's just, I don't know. I usually don't put them back on. But however, this game would be able to be routed again, I guess. Because it would be tamper-proof. It has locks on it. And it would be able to take quarters again. I don't know who the hell would do that. Somebody might. More power to them. But yeah, this piece I usually just throw out. Here's one. I save all the even little pieces. There. The glue's done. Put that back. This I'm gonna put back on only because I need to move this. So I'll work on this later. I want to go through some of these relays now. Plus, when this stepper is on here and attached, it's a lot easier for me to get this nut off here. So, just easier for me to put it back. At least one nut all the way down. There. Alright. We're going to go through all these too, which will take seconds. If I can get my vacuum cleaner off my cord. I'll have to take that off. Just to get at these other ones, it's just easier for me to take them off. So otherwise I bend the hell out of them trying to get at the back leaf, and it isn't too hard, just to remove 6 screws. Plus if I gotta adjust that one in the back, it makes it easier. These all flip them around real easy. get the one leaf. No, just get it from the bottom too. I need my goggles again. And my leaf switch tool. I like to tighten them up a little bit tighter than they were normally. These are all just gapped real wide. This way they're just a little bit more self-cleaning. They are self-cleaning to an extent. They still get dirty. It's kind of like your garbage at home. It's you're self-cleaning by putting all your garbage in the garbage can. However, that garbage can still needs to be emptied out and cleaned or it overfulls, and that's exactly what these switches do. After years and years of working, you just get enough corrosion on them where you got to clean off all that corrosion and dirt and dust and just redo them. You know, people argue with me. I've gotten heated arguments with people, well, on their end, where they're like, the switches are self-cleaning. I'm like, alright, well, explain why an EM fails then, if the switches are self-cleaning. How do the switches get dirty? And you just can't back in. Oh, you know, of course, you know. You do gotta clean them. Oh, but they're self-cleaning, you're saying. You know what I mean? No, I don't. You tell me that the switches are self-cleaning, but then you say once in a while you do gotta clean them. Because they would get pissed off when I'd go through these machines like this and clean every switch. You don't need to do that. They're self-cleaning. Well, why did the game fail? Because the switches got dirty. So if they're really EM switches are self-cleaning, you should never have to. It technically shouldn't break down then. I don't know. You do your way of refurbishing a machine, I do my way. However, I wouldn't want you to pay for you to refurbish, like let's say my engine, and then I'm thinking I'm getting a full rebuild, and you're only putting valve cover gaskets on because other stuff looks good, and then charge me a full rebuild. I didn't look at these. So this is what you're getting when I do a machine. That one's actually perfect. I'm not even touching it. Yep, those are all good to me. And then when they're good, we do this. I know I've been through these, but hey, why not? Alright, so we went through a ton on here. I will rebuild this stepper on my time, and I will rebuild this stepper on my time. If you want to see how this mini stepper is rebuilt, please check out Mark's Basement Arcade and look for Williams Grand Prix, and you will see how to rebuild this little stepper. Here's a link to Mark's Basement Arcade, and then here is a link to Midwest Gaming Classic. Well, we need to talk about Midwest Gaming Classic because that's coming up very soon. Do I get everything turned off over here? Yes, I do. Alright, let's go to the other camera. Alright, Midwest Gaming Classic. Oh, I love this stuff. I really need to get the, I need to get next year's thing on here. April 5th through the 7th, 2024. That is coming up so quick. So quick, everybody. Yeah, you need to get out there. It is the biggest show of its kind in the world, trust me. Let's bring my camera back over, my audio back over here. This is my tackle box. Oh, screws. Clean that back glass up and put the tape back on it. It's got this compression tape. I'll show you this. It's like black tape, but it's cloth. I gotta cut that and put it on the edges, and then it holds everything real nice and tight. But anyways, let's get back to the Midwest Gaming Classic. I gotta wrap this up too. April 5th through the 7th, 2024. There we go. But yeah, it's the biggest, largest, greatest gaming event of its kind. If you're in anything gaming, that's where you got to be if you're into board gaming, card gaming, computer gaming, console gaming, arcade gaming, role play, anything, anything to do with gaming. Anything you think about gaming, that's Midwest Gaming Classic. It is, like I said, it is the largest, biggest event of its kind. There's little gaming events all over, but trust me, this will blow your mind if you've never been there before. Like I always say, it's so awesome because we're all gamers in one way or another, but we share that same passion, gaming, so it melts us all together like that, and we turn into this big giant family at Midwest Gaming Classic. So yeah, go. Lucky Ace will be there. You can play it. You can take it home if you want to. But yeah, it's for sale. Contact me, Mark's Basement Arcade, gmail.com, or Facebook, Mark's Basement Arcade. There should be two. I'm going to get rid of one of them. One of them is a group and one of them is a page. I'm getting rid of the page. I'm going to close the page up. No need having both of them. But anyways, yeah. We didn't drop too many frames today. But yeah, come to the show. It's great. Next week I'm gonna get the score reels completely rebuilt, except for one. We're gonna rebuild one together. That stepper will be done. The mini stepper we're done. So basically, we're gonna rebuild one score reel, and then we're gonna get into the cabinet. We're gonna strip down that play field, and I'll get parts cleaned for it, and yeah, we'll do cool stuff with that. But yeah, next week, Sunday, I'll be back. I don't have anything else planned except for hanging out with you guys. But I guess with that, I'll be back next Sunday at 2, and I'll have more pinball ideas for you. And you'll have things you want to talk about, and I will too. If you're watching this later on YouTube, there'll be cool stuff along the bottom here. Check out the description. Give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment. Please subscribe. Also, follow Midwest Gaming Classic on Twitch or subscribe to it. You're just helping out what the cause is. I guess that's about it. So take care and later.